Hey guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys, well, we're back with some Vanderpump Rules news because even though she's no longer on the show, everyone's talking about her at this point. Stassi Schroeder, her book just it became a New York Times bestseller. She's now a New York Times bestseller for the second time. People still want her canceled, and other people are celebrating her return back into the limelight. Now, regardless, we know that she is gearing up for her second wedding, and she's in Italy at the moment. And we're curious who was invited, who wasn't, and which Vanderpump Rules cast members were there. So thank you to Reality Blurb. We're going to jump into all of this. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Stassi Schroeder and Beau Clark are preparing to tie the knot for the second time. And this time it's going to be in Rome, Italy. And in recent days, they've been joined by some of their former Vanderpump Rules cast members. Now, they were preparing originally right before the pandemic hit to get married in Italy, and that didn't happen. And around the same time that they were getting ready for this, just months before, she was canceled. She was fired from the show. She lost her PR team. She lost her tour manager. She lost her podcast. She lost brand ambassador sponsorships. She lost literally everything. And then she wrote a book about it. And now everyone's celebrating, not everyone, but a lot of people are celebrating her return, while a lot of people are absolutely disgusted at the fact that she was able to come out of this and still be successful playing off of her being canceled. Nearly 2 years after the couple were forced to call off their wedding due to travel restrictions related to the pandemic, Stassi and Beau are showing their 1-year-old daughter, Hartford Charlie Rose Clark, around in Italy while also being joined by several friends and family members. We made it. Beau declared on Instagram, and this was on one of his stories earlier this week, as he and Stassi sat at a table with a couple of glasses of wine. The Clarks, he added along with a photo of himself, Stassi, and Hartford, all of them who were wearing similarly patterned tops. Okay, who cares about that? In addition to enjoying drinks and seeing all of the stunning sights that Rome has to offer, Stassi and Beau enjoyed a meal with Pump Rules, Katie Maloney, Tom Shorts, and several others. In photos shared to Instagram via Bravo Breaking News, Katie and Tom, who confirmed their split in March after 12 years together, were seen sitting separately at the same restaurant. The glorious crew, Stassi wrote in a caption of a video showing off her wedding group. Also on Stassi's Instagram story, she shared a photo of the women in town for her and Beau's wedding, including Katie, her longtime friend, Taylor Strecker. I always want to say Streckner, but it's Taylor Strecker. I've actually had great conversations with Taylor. She's a sweetheart, and she was supposed to join us on stage in New York, but she had last minute restrictions, so she wasn't able to make it, but she's amazing. So you can go check her out. Christina Kelly, who we've seen on the show before in the early seasons, and her sister and former Vanderpump Rules producer, Jenna Michelle Rosenfeld, and noted that they were celebrating her low-key bachelorette party at a restaurant called Gabriello. Last month, ahead of her second big day, Stassi released her second book, Off With My Head, the definitive basic bitch handbook to surviving rock bottom. And in it, she revealed that her and Beau's initial wedding plans were going to serve as a launch point for a new spinoff series before she was ultimately fired for her past racist behavior. The Vanderpump spinoff was supposed to be bridged by an episode about my gorgeous Italian wedding, which would introduce the new show. Surprise, we were also looking forward to that. And this is what she wrote in her book. And at first, we thought the spinoff would still go ahead with some sort of focus on the canceling and the journeys to educate ourselves. While Katie and Tom are the only Vanderpump Rules cast members in Italy so far, it is possible that more will show up as the week continues. And that said, the Best of Bravo shared a post and a report on Instagram a few days ago, which was noted that it's only about 35 people who got invites. Now, we heard that her friend, Stassi's friend, Taylor Strecker, would be doing the officiating of the wedding, which is actually really funny. That's great. I mean, again, Taylor's a sweetheart. Now, I'm so curious, though, will Lala Kent make it? And if she does, how is that going to play out with Tom Shorts? Because she's been seen, kind of not really bashing him, but just saying, Tom Shorts had a conversation and went out to lunch with Randall. And I made it very clear. In this situation, I hate to tell people to pick sides, but you need to pick a side. You're either team Lala or you're team Randall, but you can't be both. And we've seen Lala and Katie running around Vegas. We've seen them partying together. We've seen them just, I think, leaning on each other right now during a difficult time where Katie's navigating a divorce. And obviously, Lala is navigating a very nasty breakup. And of course, soon to be a custody situation. So with everything that she has on her plate, I am wondering, because she's still best friends with Stassi, will she actually be invited? And will Kristen Doty be there? That's another question that I have. Or are they just all arriving later because they don't want to or have the time to spend a whole week in Italy? I mean, I would be there. Stassi, where was my invite? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I obviously wouldn't get an invite. I don't have a relationship with Stassi like that. I mean, if it was Sheena's wedding, I would get, actually, I did get a wedding invite to Sheena's wedding and I didn't go. At first, well, funny story. At first, I think that she asked if I would help out with food and drinks and like kind of work the event. And then after that, she invited me and said, hey, we have extra seats. And then I had a friend who's no longer my friend because she decided to out me to my entire family on Facebook and tell everybody I was gay when I wasn't ready for that story to be out there. Long story, but getting to the point, I didn't end up making the wedding because my friend was moving in and I was moving her across the country from Florida to Los Angeles. What a bad friend I must be. No. With that, I'm so curious what your thoughts are when it comes to Stassi Schroeder. And I think my biggest question is, with her becoming a New York Times bestseller for the second time, and if you guys didn't see, you can go on her Instagram, and she was posting sort of vlogs of her book tour and all of the different places she was going to. It looked like she was literally filling up stadiums of people who were so excited to meet her, people who had copies of her book that were signed. Everybody was just like cheering for her. And it just goes to show her fan base is really supporting and celebrating the fact that she's making this return. But making this return in what capacity? Like, are we going to get her back on reality television? Because I don't see a world where Bravo is going to bring her back after making an example out of her and a few of the other cast members for their racist behavior. And I know that she's saying at this point, I've learned from my mistakes. I want to do better. I want to be better. And I've educated myself. But not everyone's going to be open to the idea of that. But then you see Chrissy Teigen, who got in a lot of trouble, and she ended up making a comeback. I just don't know. I guess it's case by case. I don't think that we'll ever see Kristen Doty again. Stassi had a PR crisis management team. I honestly don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But that's why I wanted to ask you guys, what are your opinions about this? And please get unfiltered with it. On your way out, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, do not forget that The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, well, the new season premieres tonight. I saw the first episode. It's insane. I don't think you're going to be too happy with Sutton Strack, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And we'll talk about it tomorrow in our recap with Jason. I love you guys, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.